James Gunn's Creature Commandos has kickstarted the DCU, but there are few characters from the DCU hat which deserve another shot. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. After multiple issues, controversies, personnel changes, and mergers, the DCU is finally done and dusted, with James Gunn taking over the reins as co-chief of DC Studios along with Peter Safran. The franchise, which was supposed to be a competitor to the MCU, crashed and burned, but it was not without some genuinely good films. The Snyderverse is never happening. It is a miracle that fans even got the Snyder Cut. However, like how Gunn took the disastrous Suicide Squad and gave it a good direction with the Suicide Squad, there are a few more films from the DCU that deserve better. Here are 4 films that need a second chance in the DCU. This one had every obstacle thrown at it, and while it is admirable that The Flash finally did release, the underwhelming quality of the film ultimately made it a box office bomb. Barry Allen, aka The Flash, is one of the most popular DC characters and is a valuable member of the Justice League. A solo film on the character has reportedly been in the works since the 80s. When the DCU began with Man of Steel, Ezra Miller was cast as the Scarlet Speedster in the sequel Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and they even had a cameo in Suicide Squad. A solo film was announced right then with a scheduled release date of 2018 via Slash Film, but they missed the date on that by miles. Multiple filmmakers and screenwriters were attached to the film, including Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, Rick Famuyiwa, Robert Zemeckis, and the duo John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. Finally, Andy Muschietti was selected for the film after he delivered the successful It franchise for WB. However, the film was marred by controversies surrounding Ezra Miller's legal troubles, which included being charged with Dr*G possession, accused of choking a woman, multiple arrests, and accusations of grooming via People. The change in leadership at WB also reportedly led to multiple changes in the ending before it was finally released in 2023. Despite James Gunn, who had already been nominated as the co-chief of DC Studios and had announced his plans for the reboot, claiming that it was the best superhero film of the year, The Flash was a box office bomb, earning a meager $271 million against a $200 million budget via Box Office Mojo. Bad CGI, a messy screenplay, and cameos and plotlines that audiences knew would lead to nowhere were just some of the reasons why The Flash's big screen launch failed at the box office. However, the character still deserves a second chance in Gunn's DCU purely because he is one of the most popular characters in the franchise. Gunn has been clear about wanting to hold off on developing a Flash film for the DCU, making it clear that the DCU would not greenlight any film without a proper script ready, via Threads. Right now, it might be too soon to kickstart another Flash film after the colossal disaster. This may be a hot take, but Birds of Prey is one of the best films in the DCU. The tone is incredibly fun, and the team-up of a ragtag team of female antiheroes was done way better before the horrendous Madam Web, but anything is better than Madam Web. And lastly, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is always a win. Directed by Cathy Yan, who previously helmed the amazingly quirky Chinese film Dead Pigs, the DCU film is sort of a black sheep in the franchise. It took the best part of Suicide Squad and put her front and center in a black crime comedy that was more than just a usual superhero film. The comedy worked, and so did the unique visual grammar of the film. It was not a box office success and failed to even reach a break-even point of $250 to $300 million via Variety. However, that does not speak to the quality of the film or the incredible performances and chemistry of its lead cast. Margot Robbie kills it in the film as Harley Quinn, who is going through a breakup with Mr. J. She is joined by Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the Huntress, and Journey Smollett-Bell as Black Canary. Ewan McGregor's casting as Black Mask was a masterstroke, and he brings in his signature charm and eccentricity to the character. Yet, the film was widely hated by many DC fans at the time for flimsy reasons. Tonally, Birds of Prey would be a perfect addition to James Gunn's brand of humor. It too features a team of misfits who join for a mission like the Suicide Squad, or Peacemaker, or Creature Commandos. Getting Robbie back to the role would be a great move for the franchise, as a new Harley Quinn will be tough to match her level in the near future. While its predecessor Shazam was a huge success for the DCU, the sequel seemed to appear a bit too late as the fans were already aware that the franchise would be rebooted soon. Shazam! Fury of the Gods saw director David F. Sandberg return to the franchise along with star Zachary Levi. Unless it has anything to do with zombies, it'd need a miracle to Scarlett Johansson back as Black Widow. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. With Ant-Man, Quantumania, Secret Invasion, and the Marvels failing to steer MCU's ship in the right direction, rumors have emerged claiming the MCU might be considering bringing their big guns back. And while there haven't been any official reports on whether the original Avengers would return or not, Scarlett Johansson said that it'd need a miracle to get her on board. And even if the ends up being true, and many of them did reprise their beloved roles again, it's highly unlikely we will witness Johansson back as Black Widow, unless it has something to do with zombies. While Scarlett Johansson didn't shut down the rumors completely of reprising Black Widow, she isn't sure how you come back after the events of Endgame, unless it has anything to do with zombies. And even though she would love to play a vampire version of herself, other than that, it'd have to be a Marvel miracle to get her back to tackle the beloved character again. Speaking to the Today Show, she said, "I don't know how that would work. Would that be like a zombie film? I mean, I think it might be. I think Endgame was the end, right? I don't know how you come back from that. I would have to. It would be a miracle. It would be a real Marvel miracle. It would be a real Marvel. But you know, who knows?" Although the odds of witnessing Scarlett Johansson back in Marvel as Black Widow aren't exactly high, she is involved with the industry giant as a producer in one of their upcoming projects. Despite shutting down the rumors of the original Avengers reuniting, stating that they haven't discussed that, Kevin Feige did confirm that Scarlett Johansson is actively working on an MCU project. But while the Jojo Rabbit star will be taking the producer's gig for the mysterious Marvel project that was announced back in 2021, she'll not be working on it as an actor. Feige told ET, "We did not discuss that, is the truth. We're doing a project with Scarlett. I love Robert, he's a part of the family, but in terms of returning, we'll have to see." While it remains to be seen if the original faction reunites for one more MCU outing Unless or it not, has anything to this do might with end zombies, up doing more harm it'd than need good, a miracle as it'll to risk Scarlett tarnishing Johansson their legacy back as Black Widow. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. With Ant-Man, Quantumania, Secret Invasion, and the Marvels failing to steer MCU's ship in the right direction, rumors have emerged claiming the MCU might be considering bringing their big guns back. And while there haven't been any official reports on whether the original Avengers would return or not, Scarlett Johansson said that it'd need a miracle to get her on board. And even if the ends up being true, and many of them did reprise their beloved roles again, it's highly unlikely we will witness Johansson back as Black Widow, unless it has something to do with zombies. While Scarlett Johansson didn't shut down the rumors completely of reprising Black Widow, she isn't sure how you come back after the events of Endgame, unless it has anything to do with zombies. And even though she would love to play a vampire version of herself, other than that, it'd have to be a Marvel miracle to get her back to tackle the beloved character again. Speaking to the Today Show, she said, "I don't know how that would work.